Excuse me. All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So again, no big preamble. Finished recording the video for the Spy Family Chapter 59. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. With Spy Family Mission 60 by Tetsuya Endo. Translation by Casey Lowe. And lettering by Rina Mappa. And it looks like we are getting a Fiona standalone chapter, possibly. And we see Sergei Ostosky as an executive on the Economics Committee. He drafts the East foreign trade policies. And as a former... Oh my god, this guy looks like a strawberry head. And as a former officer of the Army Commissariat, he's tripping over my tongue today. He is virulently anti-West. He's the one unlawfully restricting straw... Oh my god. Of course. He's the one unlawfully restricting strawberry exports to West Allis, causing our national strawberry shortage. As a result, Foreign Minister Brons flew into a rage the other day when there weren't any strawberries on his birthday cake. This will inevitably escalate into a full-blown diplomatic crisis. Do something about it. As Sylvia hands off the file portfolio to Fiona, you have yes, ma'am. You have Lloyd going, you're looking for someone who can forge a state seal? It's like, yes, if I can get a fake export license, I should be able to take care of the rest. And you see a love behind her. I think that Suki is the little hiragana symbol in the background. And you have I can't think of anyone offhand, but I know someone who might have the right connections. It's like, is this person trustworthy? So don't worry about that. He's an asset of mine. Chef Fiona going, thanks for your help. Sorry to bother you with this. Lloyd's like, anytime. If it involves peace between East and West, it's a part of my mission too. And you see, as Lloyd exits, he's talking to one of his colleagues with, Dr. Forger, I wanted to talk to you about that academic conference. It's like, oh, has the schedule been finalized? And you see Fiona just watching with that blank, like, serial killer expression as you see the little love, the first part of love coming in, like, implanted in her eye. You have wonderful man you are, Twilight. I'll achieve peace between East and West, and I'll do it all for you. And you see, so this is the location of Twilight's intel guy. You see her just walking down to a basement door in this narrow corridor with press button for service. And you see a rustle. She stops and looks at it for a second. And at the rustle, she pulls a pen out of her pocket and uses that to press the button. And you see a kzzzt as an electric zap coming off of it. He's like, what an amateurish trap. God, and as she opens the door, you see a chalkboard eraser about to fall on her head. And you see it fall with the thwump right in front of her. She just looks at it in confusion. You have a whoosh. I see the next one, a pot and pans coming towards her, as well as a bunch of arrows and one of those fucking, like, spring-loaded boxing gloves. And the next door has a little puzzle tour for her, and it's like, I walk on 4 legs in the morning, 2 during the day, and 3 in the evening. What am I? The next one, you have her dodging like an Indiana Jones-style bullet rolling down the hallway towards her. Yeah, as she opens the final door, you have someone in a black Batman-ish looking mask going, you're pretty good, lady, as he pulls a gun on her. And she goes, and you must be the asset Franklin? It's like, oh, big fan, here for an autograph? And she goes, good day, or rather, good evening. I have a job for you. And he pulls the mask off, and you see it's just Frankie. He goes, oh, so you're a friend of his. I got all excited over nothing. It's like Frankie Franklin, a ridiculous name for... Frankie Franklin, a ridiculous name for a ridiculous man. And he's thinking, that's just my cigarette stand alias, you know. So, but I do get the job done. And he just fires the gun, which is just like one of those fake trick guns that shoots out a flower from the barrel. He's like, you look like you might qualify for my pretty lady special discount. He's trying to sparkle with this. And she just walks out and goes, clearly I've got the wrong man. He's like, hey, don't go. I'll be serious about this. I swear, don't any of you people have a sense of humor? And she goes, this isn't in your league. It needs an official seal. And he's like, forged papers, huh? Okay, just tell me what you need and I'll get it from a friend of mine who excels that sort of thing. What document? When do you need it? How much are you willing to pay? Also, any favorite foods? You like movies? She goes, I'm not giving you anything. You introduce me to this friend of yours and I'll make the deal. It's like, sheesh, where is the trust? It's like, there's no time to waste. We need to meet your friend now. The minister's son's birthday is only a few weeks away. So she's thinking to herself, the minister's son's birthday is only a few weeks away. She goes, so spare me the attitude and do as I say. Remember, I can have you incarcerated if you refuse to cooperate. And he goes, well, aren't you a delight? Maybe you should remember that without me, you'll never meet the counterfeiter. In the underworld, trust is all that matters. He just looks at him for a second, then grabs his hand and goes, come. He's like, ooh, you sure like to play rough, lady. He's like, where? She's like, take me to meet the counterfeiter. It's like, it doesn't work like that. I don't have any idea where he lives. It's like, then call him. And you see, I assume classical music playing on the radio. You have that last ditty was called Hearts of East and West, the Berlin in Love theme song. Oh my God. Berlin in Love theme song. Now let's open the phone lines for some callers. Here's from one long-time listener, King Scruffy. Always good to hear from you. He says, recently on a work trip to Bayonne, I had just ordered a whiskey at the bar when... And you see this old man with his ponytails working away at a desk, looking at the radio in surprise. And then you see... What the hell is the name? Later that evening, there's a lineup outside a club called... Tamariaba. And you have Fiona going, that's the place? Frankie's like, just don't blame me if he doesn't show, alright? Ever since the secret police figured out his identity, he barely leaves the house. Fiona's like, if he doesn't show, we'll deal with it then. Let's go. He's like, wait! You can't go in there looking like that. You've got narc written all over you. This club's a haven for criminal activity. He's like, so get me an appropriate disguise. He's like, I'll do whatever it takes to complete this mission for you, Twilight. It's like, let's see. And you see the next one, he's got his hair put up like in this little top knot on the top of his head. He's wearing these Morpheus sunglasses. He's got this white suit, black shirt collar, a little chain with a little F on it with a ta-da. And Fiona's wearing a fur coat, long blonde wig, also wearing sunglasses, also wearing the same F necklace. And you see Frankie just kind of blushing and be like, you ready for this, baby doll? It's like, I know this is my plan, but damn is my heart racing. Is this a date? This counts as a date, right? Ba-dump. And you see Fiona's just super mad and just like ready to kill him. She's like, ready when you are, honey. It's like, I hate this. What if Twilight were to see me in a place like this? I hate everything about... And she goes, incidentally, if this plan is just so you can live out some creepy fantasy, I'm shooting you dead the moment we're done. And he's just like, it's not! I told you this club's mostly for couples. You're the one who demanded I take you here, so suck it up. And he's like, I mean, I can't say it's not a fantasy of mine. So let's just do this already. And as he walks up, the bouncer's like, hold it right there, sir. This club is by invitation only. And he flips down his glasses and is like, Bob, it's me. Like, Frankie? You being with the woman totally threw me off. I can't believe this. He's like, haha, seeing a whole new side of me, huh? Total hottie, right? Next one's like, yo, sup, bro? They have a boom shaka. They have a bunch of people just dancing beneath a disco ball. He's like, no way, you got a girlfriend, Frankie? It's like, well, what can I say? And Fiona just like, yo, sup? And you have, dude, what the hell, for real? It's like, no way. It's like, stay positive, my friends, and your time will come. You see? With each new interaction, her sentence is just getting shorter and shorter, and she just goes, sup? It's like, hey, Paul, come here, come check out my girl. And you see her just crushing his hand. And you see the next panel that he's just crouched in like a penance pose. And she's like, or I could shoot you right here and now. That would attract less suspicion. It's like, I'm really sorry. I just couldn't resist the urge to show off for once. Do you have our guy's here. And you see old ponytail mustachio coming into the club and looking around. as he gets the chair to himself. And you have, well, if it isn't the Quill himself, it's been a while. And you see him taking off the little band with his hair poof out again. It's like, so how's business been treating? And you have Fiona interrupting with, I have a job for you. He's like, hey! He's like, and who are you exactly? And she goes, deal first, details later. And she tosses him a package. I've written the offer here. You have 5 days. And he looks at it and walks away as he tosses it. As he tosses the card. He goes, I never imagined that answering the request of a friend would turn out to be such a phenomenal waste of time. Your offer and deadline are absurd. Frankie's like, hey! He's like, look elsewhere. I'm far too busy with new clients anyway. He's like, oh, come on, don't go. And you see them chasing after him with, listen to me. He's like, if you want to listen, then bring me an offer worth hearing. And she goes, never mind that. Those 2 men tailing us. Are they customers of yours? Because they look like SSS to me. The guy looks at her in surprise. He goes, Frankie, don't tell me you did something to pick up a tail. It's like, no way. What kind of idiot do you think I am? Yeah, what do we do now? Are you sure your new clients weren't the ones who slipped up? It's like, yeah, it's got to be. This is why I always say you got to be more selective. Greed will get you killed. It's like, oh, you're one to talk, Frankie. And he takes off running with, damn it, I won't let them take me. It's like, you idiot. As he rounds the corner, you see there's a guy in a trench coat waiting for him. Fist at the ready. And as he tries to punch him, Fiona comes running in, vaults over the coil, smashes the other guy in the face. You have on your feet. It's like, whoa, lady's got some moves. It's like, are you insane? Now you have an SSS target on your back. She goes, I've had one since the moment I was seen with you. But if you want to repay me for saving you, lose the sloppy clients and take my job instead. At least we can offer. And you see a swash as someone tries to come around the corner with a knife. And Fiona just kicks it out of his hand and then swings her head or leg over his arm and clamps down. And she just flips him over and smashes him into the ground with a to keep you safe. As she flips the curved coat off and grabs his knife with a swoop out of the air after she face slams him. And you see the Quill just looking in absolute shock. Jeff, you can trust her more than your usual clientele. It's like, but... And you see a chuck as the other end as the guy loads a rifle. And Frankie goes, look out! And he comes in and pushes Fiona to the ground. Right before a shot goes flying overhead. He's like, why you? It's like, no, it's not like that. This isn't about getting on top of you. You saw the bad guy had a gun, right? Look, I got grazed. It hurts. Right here. And you see Frankie did indeed get grazed on his shoulder. It's like, stop talking, I know. And you see the gunman that she threw the knife at the gunman. Oh, so you see when Frankie was knocking her down, she whipped the knife out and then struck him in the hand. I was like, oh, guess you didn't need my help after all. You threw that knife earlier. He's like, He's like, huh. So for now, let's head west on 13th and find a place to hide. We'll talk more there. It's like, no, hold up. So there are a lot of SSS snitches down that way. But there's a tunnel up ahead no one uses. We can take that south. So you actually can be an asset. Okay. It's like, don't underestimate me, lady. I've lived in this country a long time. If I wanted to disappear, even you people would never find me. She goes, so why be on our side at all? He goes, oh, I'm not on anyone's side. I'm just not a fan of the way the East does things. This country's too rigid, too oppressive. So I like to shake things up a little. Shakes things up with a little trouble sometimes. Guess I'm going through a rebellious phase. The Quill's like, I feel that. She's like, pathetic. Such small men. It's like, you really are awful, you know that? Does anyone like you? It's like, shut up before I shoot you. The next day at his little tobacco shop, she drops by and goes, I'll take you a copy of the Daily Ost, please. It's like, how's it growing, grumpy lady? And he hands her an envelope and goes, I got what you're looking for right here. The Quill worked extra fast on this one. So glad to hear it. It's like, he billed you 50% more for it, though. By the way, I gotta ask. Those SSS agents, there's no way it was you who called them on us, right? It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, ugh, such ugly methods from such a pretty girl. She goes, by the way, do any of your acquaintances forge fine art? And do you know any good safecrackers? And he's like, huh? He's like, I'll be back with another job for you soon. It's like, are you kidding me here? If I work with you any longer, I'm not going to have any friends left. Never again. Oh, all right. So I think comedy-wise, this one was a little bit more lackluster than the previous chapter. But I think I do appreciate that we're getting a little bit, getting some different character combinations and interactions to kind of shake things up a little bit. So as long as we get more of those, I can't really complain. So we'll see how those kind of tend to shake up. Apart from that, I do again love like the straight man Joker combo with Fiona and Frankie. That was really really good. Good action sequences. I really do appreciate that Spy Family has so many just kick-ass women on the cast who could just absolutely mess a man up. And no, that is not me saying I have a type at all. Cough cough. But yeah, interested. It'll be interesting to see more of these character interactions. I especially think if we bring other ones into the mix as well. But yeah, good chapter. Don't know if we're gonna skip more of these kind of like one-off chapters before we get to the next arc or what. But either way, I think I'm fine. Decide next arc starts next chapter, or if we're getting a bit more of these ones, as long as they have again like mixed character interactions. I'm not too mindful about that. But yeah, like with that said, as always, thank you all for tuning in. If you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, expect both of these videos as well as the kaiju reaction to hit the channel at some point this evening. Like I said, keep an eye on the channel for updates about like read-throughs and stuff, or when they might be potentially coming back. If anyone wants to help me get over the 150 subscriber limit, again, I would really appreciate that. Yeah, so until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.